DIY, we're going to need some cardboard heart wreath cutouts. You can always cut your own out of a cardboard box, but I've got this 10 pack from Baker Ross here in the UK. So I'm going to make a couple of different styles of these in different videos, but using similar materials, and you'll see what I mean as we move through the videos. You need a glue stick, or you could use hot glue or some school glue if you've got it, but I'm using Pritt Stick, pair of scissors, a pencil, you'll see why in a minute, and in this one I am using this tissue paper. I have a selection of pinks, reds, and I think there's whites in there. Yeah, whites in that one as well. So I'm going to be using that. I got that off Amazon. It was like £5 for that amount, but you can get them in the range, or you can get them in Hobbycraft, etc. So then I'm going to take you through now the first step of making our Valentine's themed wreath. So this is really simple, really easy. It just takes time, I think, but it's not complicated. So I'm going to use a selection of all the colours. So I've got this really nice sort of dusky pink, a light baby pink. I have got this red, and there's an even, is that the same colour? Not entirely sure, that might be the same colour. And then I have this white underneath. So I'm going to keep these in the folded up as they come, and hopefully my scissors are man enough, and I'm going to cut down and cut out strips of this tissue paper. Like, oh no, it's moving it about. Okay, I might have to rethink my approach in a second, but I'll show you what I'm trying to achieve. So I'll open that up. I'll get rid of the bits I can't use. There we go. And then I need to cut these into squares. Roughly, I don't know what, 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches square. So got those ones. And then I'm going to keep going with all the colours I have got. So I'll do another couple of these, and I'll bring in the reds and the whites. Now we have lots and lots of little squares of this tissue paper. I may need more as I go through, but if I do, I will create some more. And you just want to mix it up, because you want to be able to get to these randomly. You just want a random selection of these. So I'm going to shift them all to one side. And now you need to bring in your cardboard wreath. Now, I'm going to use 2 of these in this project, and I'll show you why in a minute. But what we need to do here is you need your pencil and your glue stick. So what we do is we just apply a bit of glue to our wreath. Might be worthwhile putting something underneath that, because I've just managed to put glue onto my worktop. I'm getting a piece of tissue paper, scrunch it around the end of your pencil, pinch it in so it stays put, and then put it on. And then just work through. Like I said, this is why you want a random selection of your colours. It doesn't matter if your colours touch on the heart, you know, that's completely up to you how you want it. So scrunch it on, and then make sure they go quite close onto the heart there, because we want this to be a really full, puffy heart wreath. So now I'm going to speed up the video, okay, as I make my way around the heart. we go, that's my first tissue paper heart completed. All those pretty different shades of pink, reds and whites there. She's just drying, so be very gentle with her while she's drying. So I'm going to now repeat that on this second cardboard frame, and I will speed up the video whilst I do that. So now I've completed the two tissue paper hearts. They are now, the glue's now fully dry. They are still quite delicate, so I shan't be too rough with them. I'm now going to put them together. So I'm going to glue the sides together, and that will be a really pretty a decoration to hang up and have around the house for Valentine's. So gently turn them over. I've got this bit of string. They came with this bit of string. There was a long bit, so I've just cut a length from it. So I'm going to tie it into a knot, like so. Make sure there's enough space to leave a bit of hanging when we put it together. There we go. And I've got my hot glue. I'm going to run a bead of hot glue. It's just heated up, so hopefully that's enough. And I'm just going to set that in there like so and let that dry for a minute. Get rid of all the beads of hot glue. I'm going to very quickly run round the heart a load of hot glue, pick that one up and just place it on top. And then what I may do, I may look to put a couple of bits of tissue paper down the side to fill in the gaps, but we'll see what that looks like. But I may do that because it may be able to see the edges of the cardboard. So it's a bit of a trial and error, this one. This is a DIY that I've never done before, so we'll see. So running the hot glue around the heart, acting quite quickly because hot glue sets. There we go, let's get that through. Why is that not working? There we go, come on through. Right, let's see if that works. Otherwise we might have to go again. Place that in place. Just line it up. Make sure we're aligned. Gently squeeze it together, not too much because we don't want to squash up our puffiness. We can always re-puff it anyway, give it a bit of a jazz up, but just want to make sure that hot glue holds it. Yep, I think we're mostly in place. And now you can see what I mean, sort of down the sides a little bit. I need to put a bit of hot glue in there and give that a squeeze, but you can see what I mean there. So down the sides there's a little bit, move that around, that'll be fine. The insides are okay because you can't really see in there, but down the edges if it twists, so it might be a good place to, oh, one's fallen off again, be gentle, to put a few bits down the edges just to add fullness to the heart. So that'll be the next step that we do. Right, so I've gathered up the leftover bits, pieces of tissue paper. I've got my glue stick, and I've got my pencil again, and I'm going to go around and put a scrunkle of tissue paper all the way around. I'm just going to work my way right round the heart just to cover up those bits of cardboard on the edges. So I'll speed up the video as I do that.